Yeah. So first, I just want to thank you. I've been thinking about this for like over a year. I'm like, I really want to talk to Joe. I've never been inspired to talk to any of your friends or any of my dad's friends, but I just really wanted to talk with you. So thank you for coming.
He was a very good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah.
He and Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Garangelli.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So I want to take you back to earlier times and ask you a little bit about yourself.
Did you do it?
Oh, audio. No, you can. Oh yeah. Where's my phone? Can you go find my phone on my desk? We want to do a second audio as a backup.
Oh.
But anyway, I was curious where you were born and what year you were born.
I was in 1926, June 11th.
June 11th.
In Oakland. We had residence in Fairfax and in Oakland. My dad was a painter. So when he had jobs over there, we were in Oakland, and I happened to be in Oakland when my mom conceived. I mean, not conceived, but had the baby. Yeah, yeah. So, and then, of course, my brother George, and the rest of them were all born. George was born here in Ross Hospital. Yeah, so.
And so your family was already here back and forth in Fairfax. You already had a house here.
Yeah, on Creek Road. And right down the street next to the Herman's place there. You remember where the little grocery store was?
On what?
On Bolinas Road? Going
Mary Fong's?
beef. No. Up in Deer Park, up here.
Oh, at the corner. Yeah,
At the corner.
I don't remember it, but Michael's told me about it.
Yeah.
1 block from Deer Park.
One plug. Yeah.
You rolling? Yeah. I'll just set this here, I think. And how about, so you've been in Fairfax since the beginning, pretty much.
Yeah.
Were you back and forth in Oakland, or were you
back and forth? Yeah. Well, about after that, let's see. George was born here, so we moved over. George was born 2 years after me. He was born, yeah. And then we were all ready. And the house belonged to Stemke, who used to live down here on right next to that market.
And is it? Where's the house? The house you're in now, or?
It's still there. Yeah.
On Porteous?
On Porteous, yeah.
So that's the house you lived in?
It'd be it backed up to Garangelli's, the back end of it. Because they used to have, they had pigeons, and then of course Garangelli, that was Dan Saloni had the property at that time, and they had peacocks and all that stuff.
And they were backed up against Deer Park?
Right against Deer Park, yeah. There was 2 driveways. One was on Porteous and one was on Bolinas, right down from Bobby's entrance now. Yeah. So.
And how about Fairfax? A lot of changes since you were growing up?
Yeah.
What are some things that are different?
Well, some of the roads are paved. And other than that, and then of course, your uncle, Andy and Charlie, knew them all. They used to ride usually every Saturday they'd come up, and there was a Mrs. Heaney down that lived right down on Creek Road. And your uncle, both uncles, excuse me, Charlie and Andy, they both rode horses. And they'd come Saturday up the street, they'd be coming like that. And Mrs. Heaney's right behind them picking up the horse poop, sweeping it up and bringing it home. She'd done this every weekend.
This is how for her garden.
For her garden, yeah. So, it was, and then of course we had the Town and Country, which at the time, it was it belonged to the,
Freeman?
No, San Francisco. It was the Emporium.
Oh, the Emporium.
They owned it, yeah.
So they built it originally.
Yeah. And then, of course, then Max come in and opened that. And then they had the country day school was originally in there. And Gene Leston Gay, he went to that school. Yeah.
So the Emporium built that place for its employees. The Emporium Capo, as in the department store.
In San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And when did Max Freeman buy it?
I can't remember.
But did the Emporium own it when you were little?
Eugene Ardito might know, but I.
Uh-huh. But did the Emporium own it when you were little?
Yeah.
So at some point in there was like.
Yeah, he purchased it, and then they opened it, and they had the dance hall in there, Saturday night dances, and yeah. And then of course they had the one in Larkspur, with the Rose Bowl. You know.
There's one in Larkspur also.
There was, yeah. Yeah, popular.
Near the Blue
They used to.
Near the Blue Rock?
No, up by the what is that bar right on the corner on, I can't remember the name of that street. When you go through, like my nephew owns the Pastor Rulli Bakery in Larkspur. The next street to the left, that goes down and swings around, and it was down on the, yeah. We had some really good orchestras there. Saturday nights, you couldn't get in there hardly.
Like big band jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I had a little tour once from, what was Max's partner's name? You remember him? He's a tall guy.
I don't know whether he the one that was a greenskeeper up at the Meadow Club he used to do.
I don't know, but when I worked at Lucky in the 70s, Max and his partner would come in and shop, and the partner one day I was asking about it, and it took me through the whole place. He showed me the dance halls on the creek there. And
the diving pool and the
and he said there's 7 swimming pools.
Tennis courts, and baseball diamond, everything. Yeah.
How about in terms of building around Fairfax? Was there
Oh yeah, it's changed, so much each year and stuff that you lose track of it. This is what caused half of of course, in those days, I can remember, because we were right down here on Creek Road, 53, and the water would come down from up.
Stables?
Huh?
Fairfax Stables area?
No, right here.
Mm-hmm.
So heavy that it would go right into our backyard there in 53, and I can remember the water lapping against the floors in the house and with the flooding.
Yeah.
So we had it, we had it in those days too, but all the new buildings now have a lot to do with this flooding problem with all the blacktop they put in.
Yeah.
It's all runoff,
Yeah.
The ground don't saturate at all anymore now, You can go up there and right after a big rain and dig up some of that blacktop and it's dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they've paved over the sponge.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So, and all the things that we used to do was just, we used to dam the creek up in summer. When we dammed and this has a lot to do with the steelhead and trout. Okay, because that dam was put in and it stayed all summer into when it got cold.
Got the picture.
Here, go that way a little bit more. Tommy, come around.
I got some other ones.
This is perfect. Tommy, come over here. Yeah, there's stairs over here.
Here, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's perfect. It's perfect.
You forgot the picture.
Here, come in.
Hey, pretty nice in here. You feel like a star?
No,
Get on camera.
I feel like a cloud.
My hair's a mess.
That's all right.
Yeah. He's supposed to be working. He's getting paid for this.
Oh, turn on the firewood.
Did you meet?
This photo. Oh, this is Shao. Shao, like shower. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you too. Okay, I'm gonna let you go.
Hey,
right.
have a
This will
good
be great.
one.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
right
Thank you
on.
for bringing this by.
Oh,
Yeah,
no problem.
take it
Good
easy.
to see you.
Yeah.
So what was I talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about buildings and runoff and
Oh yeah.
yeah. So,
Oh, and we built the
dam.
dam
The steelhead.
right across, and it was right between, right below Bill Doyle and Buckanani, that used to be the chief of police. San Samuel.
Which creek? Near Vicaro's up there?
No, Deer Park.
Deer Park. Okay.
Yeah, down, and right across from our house on 53.
Mm-hmm.
Dammed it, and it backed all the way up to the store.
Uh-huh.
you know, and we used to swim there all summer
So
long,
you made
all
your own
summer.
swim there.
And the fish, the trout that were in there all summer, just all over the thing. You know, you'd go up, and of course May the 1st was opening of trout season. And I used to go down, you know, 2 or 3 days before with a whole bunch of worms and star salmon eggs and throw them in there. So, oh, gee, nice one come out like, you know, steelhead, you know, 3, 4, 5 pounds. And then May the 1st, I just get on this hole, I hit this hole. I just,
And they were used to the
oh,
salmon
yeah.
eggs.
Oh, yeah, I come home with a whole bunch of fish,
Yeah.
you know. But they had that one there. They had another one down by Arditos, and they had one in San Anselmo. And in Woodacre, I mean, up by Camp Taylor, they had one where the horse used to be in the pasture. They had cement things, and they used to drop the wood right down in there.
Into the
And all those trout stayed in there all summer long, you know. And that's where the good fish. And also Monkey Roy, they put the new fish ladders in Roy's. And the old one, when it was in there, up the top, the whole thing come down. At the top, it eroded, and that thing would back up, and it would back up almost to the telephone company building in the back, full of trout. I remember my brother Bob and I went down there, and Monkey Face Roy, they called it Monkey Face Roy. He came down there and he says, "You doing any good?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "You want fish?" He says, "All the fish you want down here." You know? No more.
Not like that anymore. Right?
No, you can't dam the creek up.
Yeah.
You can't take the brush out of the creek.
Well, the fish are very small in numbers in San Geronimo Creek, especially.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice Creek.
yeah. No.
What about Uncle Andy?
Uncle Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Andy, yeah. Yeah, he was. He got in a bad motorcycle accident. Yeah, I guess you knew that. He had a plate in his head. You know?
Yeah.
And he was very, he didn't like anything gruesome or dead people.
Oh.
And there used to be a guy lived back, Ardito knew him. His name was Gastel, and he lived right behind us and up the hill. He had a friend up there, and I guess he blew his brains out. And Andy come up, and he was throwing up everything. He said, "Hey, Bob." He used to call me Bob. I want to call my brother Bob. I said, "Bob," I answered to anything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, "Could you do me a favor? Could you go up and help him pack him out?" And I said, "Sure." So I went up there and we packed the guy out. But he was that way since he got in that accident. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course you knew the butcher, which the Rome beef Saudi.
I know the name.
You didn't know? Your dad knew him well. Your dad, he was in the hospital with your grandpa.
BSOD was.
Yeah. He would in there. He used to go down and shave him. My mom was in there at the same time at that rest home out there in Northgate. Yeah. And yeah, he was real Saudi, and all the other guys, they were, you know, but Andy, he never bothered me. He'd pick you up and say, someone, if he caught you drunk or something, take you home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stories
Yeah.
about him. Being a really
Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah. He was very good. Then he was constable also, you know. Yeah.
So that meant he's like the judge?
Like a judge, yeah. 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 So.
Gloria Duncan once gave me an article that it showed hobos,
Oh, up
homeless
in
people,
Manor.
and it was a quote by Andy. It said, "Do not feed stray dogs or hobos."
Yeah. No, we all used to feed the hobos. You know, there was a saying that they come by and they left a mark on the front of your house. So never did find out what it was, but they claim. But some new guy had come along. Sure enough, he'd come up like that and come into the gate, knock at the door, and say, "Yeah." You give them food and stuff.
The mark was something. So
Something that they knew. Yeah, it was an international, I guess. You know, because a lot of them used to travel by train, jump on the train, and.
So they had a universal.
You had a universal.
Signal.
Yeah, I never found out
what it was.
what it was. No. Yeah. 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 But they were pretty clever, those people. They used to make beautiful chairs out of the willow.
Uh-huh.
Can't believe it. Yeah, yeah. All
And there was an encampment at Oak Manor.
Oak
right?
Manor, yeah, right across from the quarry there.
There's
Yeah.
a quarry there.
There was part of it's still there.
Where the 7-Eleven is?
Would you pass the 7-Eleven where that hill goes?
yeah,
Yeah, that hill, right across from that whole creek in there was, and they kept it so clean. And they used the willow branches and they'd tie them on a stick and they'd sweep the camp out and everything, and yeah, had everything. All their gear was rolled up and everything. I seen some of them now. I did that trip to Tahoe where you take the train from Oakland.
Yeah.
All the way along that railroad track to see the camps.
Now,
Now,
of homeless people.
oh God, terrible mess.
Yeah.
Cans all over, used toilet paper, everything. Just they just go to the bathroom out there anywhere, and you know.
But
You
these
feel
guys
sorry
had-
for
these
the,
guys had dignity.
huh?
The
These
ones
guys,
here had
these were hobos.
hobos are different.
They weren't. What do they call them? They were hobos and not bums. Can't think of the
But
name.
this was a lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
And then what about your? So you were born. 26, 7 years before Prohibition ended.
yeah,
And I heard some stories from one of the Nerviani brothers once about alcohol and stuff. Do you?
Fairfax was known for alcohol.
Uh-huh.
San Anselmo was known for gas stations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, because we had, well, it used to be the Old Timer,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had the Deer Park,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had the one behind Lou's place. Can't think of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I know the place.
yeah, yeah.
And
And then Navi's,
Navi's.
and then I can't remember when your dad went in, your grandpa went into the bar business.
I think it was. We just celebrated last year 90 years. So,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So that would have been
90.
28.
Yeah, so I was 2 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be 92 in June.
You'll be 92.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're in amazing shape, except for your knees.
Bad, yeah,
Bad knees.
yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
so, do you know any stories of the alcohol runners and the stills?
No,
No.
no, I don't know anything about. I think Croker had something to do with it. He had a basement down underneath his bar. Said the old creek used to go down.
Yeah.
You know where the creek went?
What's now Fratellizio's and down Mono.
Down Mono, and
Yeah.
then behind your dad's,
Yeah.
the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bridge railings are still on
On the, on, I know.
Pacheco.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alice Leonasia, she lived right next to that. And let's see. What? Chain of thought.
What about when you met my dad? Do you remember meeting my dad the first time?
Well, I met your dad. I think he was in way down in school at St. Anselm's.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In San Anselmo here.
In San Anselmo, St. Anselm's, yeah. He and I think Bobby, I don't know whether Bobby came at the same time or not, and the Kuntz twins, all those guys, I guess you met them. They used to have a reunion down at your dad's place
Uh-huh.
every other. Yeah.
Are they the same Kuntz, the painters? And
Yeah,
Bob and
yeah, Bob and, yeah, Buddy and Bob,
Buddy Bob.
yeah.
And so you met him during that time? Wait,
At
grade
school, yeah, yeah.
What age?
He must have been about maybe 8,
8 years old.
yeah,
That's when you first met.
yeah.
And were you guys
Yeah.
friends as kids?
No, not,
You were older.
knew each other and everything. I used to meet him down the creek. We used to fish for steelhead, you know. And I had a glove with two hooks that I put in it. And I was right down there below the bridge on Creek Road. right by Ed Bitterkratz. I don't really remember Ed. He was a golf pro up here. And in fact, the Massons. Do you remember the Massons? Charlie just died, architect, just this last year. He was younger than me. They lived up in there, and there was a spot there, and the water used to come down and went under the roots of the alder, and also this way here. And of course, the Nervianis were always, the whole family were out poking for the steelhead. They'd have a guy up above and a guy down below with a club, and when they come down, they'd hit 'em, through the riffles. And but they didn't know everything, and I had to go down and I could see the reds in where they've been spawning, the red. And there was a place in there, and it was like about that where the water ran in and went out the back, and they used to just lay in there, the steelhead, under the roots, side by side, and I just go under there like that, with the glove, and as soon as they took off, the hooks went right in them. Yeah, and Bobby and Chuck were standing on the thing, and I said, "You want a steelhead?" And he says, "What? That's what we're down here for." I said, "Oh, you are." I said, "Just a minute." So I went over and put the glove on.
And you just reached.
Went in there.
Did you get it?
The two of them, Bobby was stuttering. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that glove? And I said, "I made it." I took the barbs off of it and everything. They just grab them out of the tail. Actually, I could have just grabbed them, but
Did you patent the glove?
No. Could have though, I guess. Yeah.
There's not enough fish to do
you just rub their belly, and they'd come right up to the surface.
Right.
But sometimes you got them by the tail. Boy, they were pretty strong, especially in that water was running underneath there.
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then I'm curious where you met Mary and what year that was.
I met Mary at the telephone company, and I went to work in 26. No, 26.
You started early.
46.
When you were 20.
Yeah. I got out of the telephone company during the war. I was in the Pacific. And
so you were in the Pacific in the Navy?
Yeah. On a destroyer during World War II.
26 and 6. At age, what age?
Age 18.
Okay, at age 18, you joined the Navy.
Yeah.
And you were on a destroyer in the Pacific?
Yeah.
And what part of it? Where in the Pacific?
The whole thing. Saipan, Tinian, Guam, Formosa, Lady Gulf, Japan, off of Japan. I never went into Japan. We were at Formosa. We were at Formosa. And it was right after Okinawa. And then we had to come back because they were going to invade Japan. So our squadron came back, and of all things, went to Pier 36 in San Francisco. And I was there on VJ Day. But we come back, and they took the forward torpedo tubes off and put in quad 40s for the anti-aircraft, more so than the torpedoes.
For underwater.
They kept the after torpedo tubes, but they took the forwards off, and they put quad 40s on port and starboard side of the.
That's something that you can shoot at.
Yeah, for anti-aircraft and stuff. So I was there on VJ Day, so I never had to go back. It was pretty good. Victory in Japan.
That's the bomb.
VE was victory in Europe. VE Day.
And so VGA was the dropping of the bomb?
Yeah, right after it. Yeah.
So did you see combat where you were on the ship?
Quite a bit, yeah. All of it.
And all aerial combat?
Aerial, kamikazes, all of it. Yeah. Lady Gulf. That was where they had the big battle there too. Yeah. Our squad, we sunk a cruiser there.
And what was your job on the boat?
I was a trainer on a 5-inch 38 Mount 2. That's a 5-inch gun.
And you trained people on how to use it.
No, a trainer. I would.
Oh, trainer.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the one that
You trained. Yeah.
trained.
Well, yeah. They had the CIC, which was up above, and it was radar controlled. But if you cut it into radar control, and you had the gun, the turret pointed this way, and they had the thing this way, that thing would go whoom.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So you had to train the thing into the stops to get it there before you clicked it into radar control. And then you didn't. Other than that, it was all with it. You had a gun captain with a turret in the top, and he would direct you which way to go and all that stuff when it was just manual shooting. Yeah.
And was it loud?
Hmm?
Was it loud?
It was loud enough. Wasn't that bad. I can't remember it being that bad. You know.
And did you have to load it with ammunition?
They got lower and upper handling rooms down below, and they had a hoist going up, one for the shells and one for the projectiles. And those guys would come down there, and they had these cases that were all along the wall, and when they went into general quarters, they popped all the lids, you know, and then they popped the lids, and then as they started firing, they just take the lids and take the 5-inch 38s, and they had cosmoline all over them. It was
What's cosmoline?
It's you know when you get guns, it's got the grease all over them.
Yeah.
That stuff. Well, I had that on the shells, on the projectiles. The shells,
From corroding?
I guess.
Yeah.
They came from the factory that way. Yeah. And then they'd take them things, stick them in the hoist, they'd go up. And then the guys up above load them by hand. But your hands got sometimes they drop one, you know, and they throw the door open, and if there's a hot one, boom, throw it over the side. And,
Because they're live ammunition?
yeah, yeah. When they go up in the hoist, it sets them, whatever they set on the control up above, they'd spin that thing to, you know, 500 feet or 1,000 feet or for if it explodes, yeah. But they didn't take any chances with them. They dropped one of them out, yeah.
And did
Over
your
the
ship
side.
ever get attacked?
Yeah, we got some shrapnel. They missed us with a 500-pound bomb. Yeah, and some of the guys got shrapnel that came from the United States. It was all the lathe shreddings and clippings and everything. They loaded them with that stuff. It's just like shotgun shells, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you, I was asking you about your wife. So you
Mary. Yeah, I met
Mary after you got back. Obviously,
after I
from
got back.
the
Yeah.
Navy.
Yeah. It was let's see, 46. I can't remember. Well, I met him, but you know, I was interested in her. Oh, yeah. She had a nice, and she lived in the dairy ranch on the Slide Ranch.
Right.
And her dad was very strict, you know. Some guys, you know, he used to leave the ranch and have to go to town, and he saw the tracks on the road. He said, "Hey, what the hell's going on here?" You know.
He could tell if there was visitors.
There was visitors, so he left. He left the place and he went down the road, and then he turned around and come back. One guy was from the PG&E on a motorcycle. You know, and he'd, what the hell's going on?
But
I didn't say nothing. He says, I want to tell you something. That road comes in, and that road gets out. So go out of here and don't come back. He was protecting his daughters. He had all 6 girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what did he say to you?
He never said anything to me because I went out with a telephone company, with the telephone truck.
Oh, you.
I mean, working. Yeah, I went out there.
Did you
I should have bought the picture. I got Mary on. I think your dad saw it. I put my hooks on her, and had her climb the pole out there at the ranch. You know? Her dad come out laughing like hell. And you think she can get a job? And I said, no, I don't think so. You know. But I got down on the ground, took it, looked like she was way up the pole.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
So you met her and started dating her, and then what happened?
Yeah, I went to Christmas Eve party.
Mm-hmm.
And then I dated her, and then asked her to marry me, and she said, yeah. Yeah. And so then it transpired up to the deal with the guy down the cliff,
Yeah.
you know, over at home. But then, yeah, I used to go out there. Her dad loved to hunt. He used to hunt in Tennessee Valley and stuff when he was young. They had the ranch down in Fort Cronkite. Mm-hmm. And they used to haul milk in by wagon up over Waldo, Waldo Grade and stuff. Before the bridge was ever in, yeah.
Before the bridge.
Yeah.
And that was all private ranches then?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, it was Army.
What's that?
It was Army.
Oh, it was military.
Oh yeah, it was military, yeah. But when you went down past, they used to be all personnel homes and stuff out there, and then of course they had so much stuff out there you don't even know about it. You know, they had a hospital underground down there that, all secret stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gun
I've been up to the bunkers up there.
Have you? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anticipating an attack from Japan.
It was Battery Mendel, and I can't remember all of them like that. But I spent a lot of time out there too.
Is the underground hospital area still there?
I don't know whether they still got that maintained, or all the medication is going, you know. Yeah. So.
And then how long so you and Mary been married since 47?
53.
53 you got married.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got that too a while back because I got that CRS, you know.
What's that?
I can't remember shit. Can't remember shit. CRS. Somebody sent me a cup and I've got it at home. CRS. I never found out who sent it to me, ever. I don't know who, whether it could have been your dad. I don't know.
And then your first child was born 10 years later.
Yeah, Becky.
Becky.
Yeah.
No, Becky 61?
Yeah.
Yeah. Less than 10 years later.
Don't ask me the ages.
Oh no, you just remember the date of birth and then you do the math.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
and then
Becky. And then Tom and Becky are 2 years apart?
Yeah. Yeah. And then Karen, and that's yeah.
How old is Karen? Or how much? Where is Karen in the order?
Last.
Oh.
No, Karen's. Wait a minute. Yeah, Karen's. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, Becky. Becky, Tom, and Karen. Yeah.
I don't think I have Karen.
Mr. In between. Yeah. Okay.
Can you tell me any stories about raising kids and what that was like, or any aspect of parenting, maybe when the kids were young?
No, they like camping and stuff in the summertime. And, you know.
Where did you take them camping?
We used to take to a little ranch out of Boonville. It was a private place down on the, I can't remember the name of the river even now. It was a nice place. We used to go there with another couple and their family, and they had the apple fair there and a rodeo, and the kids liked it up there. So, and it was a nice spot. They had toilets and everything there, you know. So, yeah.
First class camping.
First class camping, yeah. It wasn't rough camping. Yeah.
How about your phone company job? How did that come about? You left the military and you got that job right away? Or?
Yeah, I was home on leave, and let's see, I was home on leave, and I went down there. My brother Bob was in the phone company, got out, and he knew his good friend Abe Bowman, whether we knew him or not. They were all lifelong friends from before the war. They went in together, and what am I thinking about here? Can't think.
I was just curious how you got the job.
Oh, I got home, so I went down to see my brother Bob at the at 8th Street. That's where the office was at the time, and he was working up there with all these guys. Jim, almost all of them were veterans coming out. And he was there, and I met this fella. I met the splicing foreman, Don Goodrich. He, at that time, the main telephone office was in Santa Rosa, and he used to come down in the morning. We had meetings and stuff, and we were down on the Mariposa Avenue in San Somel. The office was there.
So they hired you.
And so he asked me. He come up to me. He says, "When are you getting out of the service?" And I says, "Well, I'm almost there point-wise or something." He says, "When you come out, I got a job for you."
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I come out, and I went right to work. And I quit school after my freshman year, and went in the service.
Freshman year of high school.
At high school, yeah. I
So
was
you
off
went
for
in
a while.
You went in before you were 18?
Huh?
Before you were 18, you went in the service?
No, 18. But I quit high school, and then I went to work at the shipyard in Sausalito. Yeah.
Oh, you worked at the shipyard.
Yeah, yeah. Ardito, he was working down there too.
And what did you do at the shipyard in Sausalito?
I was just mainly hauling tools around and stuff to the different jobs, gantry. Walt Camici down there, he ran a crane there for years and years. You know, and then after it was all A.G. Schoonemaker and Company, they bought the gantry and they moved it down to their building, and Walt went with it as an operator, so he stayed. And then when I was in the phone company, I used to go down and take care of the phone system at Schoonemaker at Marin Ship. And I see Walt there all the time, and yeah. And anyhow, I got off the track.
Yeah, no. So you worked, and how long did you work for the phone company?
36 years.
36 years.
Yeah.
And were you climbing?
Yeah.
Climbing.
Yeah. My first day at work, I climbed. The guy Don Goodrich took me down. There was a ranch on the way to Belvedere, and took me up in the field. He says, "Okay, put on the hooks, put on the belt." He said, "I'll tell you how." He says,
Were these spikes going into the wood?
They call them hooks. Yeah.
And so you literally had to just spike your way up.
Well, you had to sharpen them and keep them sharp and everything.
Yeah.
And they'd have inspections. They had a telephone code was in every automobile in the phone company. It says, "No job is so important and no service is so urgent that we cannot take time to perform our work safely." It was right on every dashboard.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and they didn't go for anything. Automobile accidents, backing up accidents, and all that stuff. Boy, they were really strict on
Safety.
it. Yeah. So.
And when you're up on a telephone pole, the power lines are above the phone service, right?
Yeah.
So was there ever danger of electrocution?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Well, at that time they didn't have cable. A lot of it was just coming in. It was open wire.
The power was all open.
No, the power was always open. Yeah, ours was always coming into the house. It wasn't. It was a drop wire, but up on the poles, on the arms, they had glass insulators.
Oh, so it was open wire.
Open wire strung between tight into the insulators and stuff. Yeah. And then we used to have to go up there and either cut in. Sometimes a branch would fall down and break it. We had slack blocks, and in fact, I still got some at home.
But those wires carry 110 volt during ringing, right? You get electrocuted from
the PG&Es.
No, the phone.
No.
You can't get electrocuted.
No. It's just 48 volts.
Okay. But when it rings, I got in a jolt from the ringing voltage.
Oh, you can get it ringing voltage, yeah. Oh, that's 110, but it's DC. It's hot. Yeah, really hot. Yeah. Yeah, we used to lay out over there. Well, you got a 16-pin arm, and you used to have to go to number 16, which was way out on the end. You had to lay out on the open wire. And you're laying there, and somebody would ring in. Everybody catch it,
Jolt, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
You want a sip of water?
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you about. You are Catholic and you go to St.
Yeah.
Rita's?
No.
Where do you-
St. Anselm's.
Oh, you go to St. Anselm's.
Yeah.
And have you been?
That's where I met. That's where
you met my dad.
Your dad, yeah. Yeah.
And have you been a practicing every Sunday kind of guy your whole life, or?
I was, and then I dropped off, and then I went during the service. I was all off, because you didn't go to church and out there,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a chaplain on this thing, but you never had a service,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them weren't Catholic chaplains. So,
Right.
yeah, nice guys and everything, and yeah.
But since then, you've when you got back from the service.
I haven't been going since my knee's been bothered. Yeah. I look like Chester going into the church and kneeling down, forget it, Although they're changing that too in the Catholic Church. Pretty soon there won't be. Down in Santa Clara area, no kneelers.
No kneelers.
No.
Oh, they're getting rid of that, huh?
Yeah, well, and they use them as multi-purpose rooms now to the churches,
So,
And
just
so-
chairs.
Chairs, yeah. You just sit and stand. That's it. Yeah.
And how does what's your relationship to the Catholic Church? Like, is that something that's been nourishing to you, or why did you go all those years?
Well, it was just a habit.
Yeah.
You formed it going, St. Anselm's, during Lent, Stations of the Cross, you had to walk all the way over from St. Anselm's over to Bolinas Road to the St. Anselm's Church. Yeah. 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 They had the guards out there, the patrol, with the hats on, the yellow hats.
The church did?
No, the schools.
The schools.
They sent them out ahead of time for the crossing. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And then you and my dad did a lot of hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering.
Well, you fished with me.
Yeah, we fished.
Yeah, but Davis.
Davis Lake.
Yeah,
Oh,
I lost all the fish.
Yeah. Lost them all?
Remember they fell off of the boat?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't remember that?
Very vaguely, yeah.
Huh? I don't know. I thought it was you that caught the fish. I was a nice one on there. Oh, lost the fish.
Yeah, I was never very good at
Yeah, I was with Danny Olson, did the same thing.
The hook fell off, the whole line fell off?
Well, no, we had him on a string, and the string would come off of the boat.
Oh.
So instead of pulling the anchor up and going get it, I said, I'll see if I could get it. So I had the free line reel. And I cast over it, and I had a weight on it, and it was just enough weight to sink it. And it went down, we lost it, and we got him back. Yeah. Danny Olson.
Yeah, that's right. Like Davis days.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you loved about hunting and fishing most.
It was the stuff after it, the feeds and and I don't know. I was never too much of a trout eater or venison really. My kids wouldn't eat venison at all. They couldn't. And Becky knew right away. I tried to camouflage it. I put beef in there and some pork and everything. I said, she said, you got venison in here, Dad, and that was the end of that. Yeah. So
where did you like going hunting and fishing? Where were your favorite places?
Well, we at the latter years, of course, I took Lou out there. I don't know whether Chuck didn't come with me. We hunted at Barillo's Ridge, ducks. Hunted there for quite a few years, and I put in, we had 12 lines, I think, and Mendoza's and all those guys from the Point Reyes were in, and I put in a buzzer system between the blinds.
And what'd that do?
When the ducks come in, we had a thing that slid over the blind, and when the ducks come in, when we were going to shoot, Joe Mendoza had a buzzer, a button on, and Bob Barillo had a button on his, and they would come in, and if Bob didn't see him and Barillo did, he pushed the button, and everybody would open the blinds up and shoot. But usually by that time they were on the water, so this, like Lou Vaccaro used to call it, he says, that's shoot him on the way out club. because
Right.
they all run the water, and they'd get up, and there wasn't too many escapees,
Uh-huh.
you know. And we used to really get the ducks.
But is
Yeah.
it more? Is it preferred to shoot them coming in? I never duck hunted. Is it better to shoot them coming in?
Oh, you got more of a chance getting them going out,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you know.
But do people just shoot them in the water?
No,
Why is that cheating?
couldn't no, because you got to have guys in the other blind that way.
Oh,
Like
you could
Frank
get other
Davida, that's what happened to him. He got his brother Freddie shot,
I shot.
skipped off the water, and he had one eye out
Oh.
for many years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, Freddie. So he didn't shoot in
You
the
wait for 'em
water.
to get up.
Huh? Yeah, wait for him to get up.
And that place is a beautiful place in Point Reyes. Is that on
It
the?
was on the hill at Millerton Point.
Mhm.
It was in the Barillo Ranch. Bob passed away. He was on a hunting trip with Cook Sagali.
Oh, right. They had the car accident.
Huh?
They had a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyhow, so Barillo and let's see who else. Gene Cerna. He was a clocker for the racehorses, and he was in San Francisco. So no, we anyhow we had. I put the buzzer system on there. When he called up on Sunday morning, and he say, "Hey, Mister," they always call me Mister. "Hey, Mr. Joe, why don't you pick up some French bread and come out?" He says, "We got a lot of friends out here." That was something else. Yeah, one morning we shot 100 ducks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but the people in Inverness were complaining about the noise. It sounded like on Sunday morning you're all trying to sleep.
Uh-huh.
So
Sound like a
anyhow,
military
so
dress, huh?
yeah, pretty soon that was over with.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
And I'm curious, this is kind of a bigger question, but just like where you drew inspiration in your life. Like, what are the things that got your heart fired up or got you, inspired in life? Like being in nature and family, or is there anything in
Both,
particular?
I think. Yeah, family. Yeah, I enjoyed hunting and fishing. Really did.
What was it about hunting?
Fishing mainly.
Just
you know, 'cause-
what aspects of fishing did you like? I mean, catching a fish is one
Catching
thing.
the fish.
There's a lot more
Well,
to it than
like we fished bait for many years. Alpine Dam.
Uh-huh.
We used to go up there and get. Before they used to have to put all the line on the ground, put a weight on it, and cast it out.
Mm.
Didn't have a casting reel,
Mhm.
And we used to go up there, and they had the salmon eggs, and that was it. Well, they always had the worms, but
Mhm.
Alpine Dam, and then they built Bontempi, and they had Phoenix,
Right.
yeah. So, I don't know, it's just sitting there with people. You're sitting alongside of a guy and trying to outfish him. Yeah, I used to get a kick out of your dad, yeah.
Was
Yeah.
he competitive?
Yeah, we were. Yeah. He get pissed off sometimes.
If someone caught more than you?
Oh, he didn't like me. We're sitting there. We went up there, and pretty soon he said we were going up to. I can't think of that creek up there. There's two creeks. Anyhow, says, "Don't tell Danny Olson about this place now." Okay, we pull up in there. Danny Olson's up there in his boat already, right? So we yanked it. There was Johnny Mata. I don't know if they knew John or not, and Lou, Peter Aragoni, Manny Barafato. Manny was in my boat. Me. I can't remember.
And what lake is this in?
Huh?
Alpine?
No, up at Grayule.
Oh, great.
Up at
Lake Davis.
Davis,
Ah, yeah,
Lake
yeah.
Davis, yeah. Grizzly Creek,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, like that. And I cast out, thought pretty soon, boom, here's a fish, yeah. Real man, yeah, going. Hey, he started it off. Pretty soon all the cuss words were flying, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Manny, check it. What the hell is he doing? Well, you got to watch every move he makes. Don't miss any moves.
Who said that?
Watch his fingers. Yeah.
Who said that?
Huh? Chuck. You did. Yeah.
Why did he say watch every move? So you could
Because
learn?
I'd be sitting there and have the free line reel there, you know, and I'd be sitting there like that, and I'd just go like this, turn the handle, and the weight's in the bottom, and it's a floating bait. They use it at this time. It wasn't. And when you move it, the bait moves. It drops off a rock or something, boom, boom, and the fish, get it. They call it. I can't think of the name
So
right now.
why did my dad say to watch his moves?
Because he wanted to do what I was doing.
Oh, because you were catching.
Because I was catching the
catching
fish.
more than
Yeah. Danny Olson's over there in his boat, and he's getting nothing like that. He said, "I'm glad I'm not sitting in that boat." He probably pitched me over the side, you know. Yeah. So no, yeah. But then there was days when he would out fish me, too.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You, I was talking to you on the phone about. It seemed like every time my dad went away on a trip with you and he came back, he was just full of. It seemed like he just had more joy. Like somehow
We always had a good trip.
Joe Bruce
Yeah.
instilled a lot of joy
Yeah,
in him.
yeah.
So he never came back grumpy. He always
No.
came back with a lot of joy.
Yeah.
He's been with you in particular, I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh.
And
yeah.
I know that you're a practical joker. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
wondering,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what I remember most about you.
I got to tell the story about. He was having trouble with the electric door opener up there
Great.
in Grayville. So he called the guy, and so I guess the guy come up and fixed him while he was gone. Because what was the guy's name next door? Lost his kid, got killed.
Accident, yeah.
Yeah, terrible. Anyhow, he had the key for him like that. And the one time he was over there and he saw the curtain move, and he said, "Jesus, nobody's over there. What the heck's going on?" So I guess he took a gun with him. I don't know. He didn't know. Somebody busted in there or something. So he went over there and he got the key, opened the key. He went over there and a squirrel got in the house. He came down the chimney. He had the stuff in the fireplace all over the hearth like that. He couldn't believe he opened the door and he got the squirrel out finally. Yeah, so then he told Chuck. He kept the glass closed
Oh, the glass closed,
on the
yeah.
front of the fireplace. Yeah.
I've never heard of a squirrel coming down the chimney before.
You know, no,
Yeah.
me either.
Yeah.
I didn't know. They'd come down. No. Now he found out because he had the skunk above the bathroom out at Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Right?
He had raccoons.
That's when he
had
fell.
a family of raccoons out there
Yeah.
at that point, too.
He fell off the ladder. Remember? Your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, and hit his head too. He never went to the doctor. He should have gone. I think he got a concussion out of it.
Yeah.
So I told him stay off the damn ladder because I'd been ladders my whole life with a phone company. I said, "What?" I says, "I'm only up the street a ways. What the hell's the matter with you? You simple-minded Perry."
Simple-minded.
You simple-minded.
Something else.
That's you, simple-minded Perry. Perry. I call him Perry.
Yeah.
You're simple-minded Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to imitate you doing that a lot.
Yeah.
And what about your little pranks? Like you mentioned.
The real.
Was it you the one that told me about the making the noise in the car? And,
Chuck, that was Lou Carl.
yeah. Yeah. And he
I had a
something-
flashlight.
Yeah.
It's a flashlight that you charge.
Yeah.
You shake it like this, and we were parked right out of Bev's hair salon there, and Lou was over there. He said, "What the hell is this?" I said, "It's a flashlight." And he said, "The batteries are dead." I said, "No, you got to shake it to
Power.
yeah, to get power." Like, so he was sitting in the car and he was going like this, and some guy in the car looking at us. What the hell's he doing it? And then Lou held this thing up and where they went.
They went away.
Yeah. It was, but I didn't do that. He did that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of them. Yeah. I can't think of a lot of them now. I should have sat down and wrote a lot of them down.
Yeah.
Oh God, I got them so bad. Yeah. And the one with the sledgehammer,
What was that one?
that was the one. You don't have a sledgehammer here?
In the garage.
Go get it.
Is it worth it?
Sure.
Shall we take
Can
over for
you want to shut that off?
No, that's all right.
This here. It was one of the funniest things ever. Chuck. Yeah, he was a nice guy. Did you know Chuck?
I met him twice
Did you? Yeah.
before he passed.
Oh, yeah. He could be a disciplinarian too. You know, he had a short fuse. But we always got along, never had any problem, you know.
What's the age difference between you and him?
I don't know how old Chuck is. He's got to be 80 something.
So
He'll
you're
know.
10 years older?
Hmm?
Are you 10 years older?
I'm 92.
92.
How old was your dad?
80.
88?
I think 87.
87?
Yeah. All right. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, let me clean that up.
Yeah, wipe it off. Is that your dad's sledgehammer?
Huh?
Is that your dad's
It
sledgehammer?
probably was, yeah.
Huh?
At one point it was. I never bought one.
The camera name.
I'm not going to be able to do it. But on account of the rug. It was on the back of the car. And I was just sitting there and I had it like this. And he was driving.
Uh-huh.
But not that loud. I'm doing it because it has to go through the rug. Son of a bitch, I got a bubble in my tire. He's got a bubble. And Joe Lou was sitting in the front with him. He was driving. And I would start slow. Let me walk over here for a minute.
What's the wire?
Where's the porch? Let me go on the porch.
No, you can do that one over there. But your wire might
Just
not
gonna
take
be-
you there.
no.
Sean, can you get the wire?
There we go.
Down there. Just make sure it's
Okay.
I think there's an access.
And it was like this. So you're going to. Jesus Christ, I got a bubble in my tire. He pulls over on the side. Oh, he gets out of there and Chuck Lou's sitting in there. He gets out and he looks under the car and he goes, oh, and he goes this tire and he goes to the back tire. There's no bubble down there. I don't know what the hell happened. So he gets back in the car and he starts out and he went faster. Jesus Christ, there's some of the whole goddamn car. I'm going back home. My car's falling apart. and then Lou looked back, and Lou started laughing like hell. And then all the four-letter words going, what the is going on? Anyhow, now you got a perfect picture of what happened on that. And I'm telling you, those guys up in when we got up, we were going to Bethel Island because the dock had busted loose.
Uh-huh.
That's when he had the house, and
Uh-huh.
and that's why he had the sledgehammer
To fix the dock.
to fix the dock. Yeah. So it was. He said, "Oh shoot!" He said, "You really got me, Bruce."
So,
That was
are you Irish?
Scotch.
Scotch.
Yeah.
And
Sir Robert de Bruce.
Robert de Bruce.
Robert de Bruce.
Sir Robert de Bruce.
My dad was Robert de Bruce, and my brother was Robert. Yeah.
Was that really the name? In
That their name.
de Bruce.
Bob Bruce. My Robert. He was a San Francisco native.
Uh-huh.
His dad had come from Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so you were the only Scot with all these Italians around Fairfax, right?
Yeah. Yeah. How did you ever get? Yeah. how did you get injected into this outfit? Yeah.
So, I'm curious if you have anybody in your life that had a big impact on you growing up that stands out, who influenced you or
My
inspired
brother
you?
Bob did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In what ways?
He was my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was your dad's hero, your grandpa's hero. Your grandpa used to cry when he talked about him. See, he never went to high school either, Bob. And he joined the Army before the war, and he was going to get out on right after December. And he was home on leave for Christmas.
December of what year?
41. He went in 39 or 40. And he was in home on December the 7th. He had to report back. He went back to Pendleton back then. Then he got promoted, made sergeant.
And why did he inspire my grandpa so much?
Huh?
Why did he inspire my grandfather?
Because he didn't have an education, and he came out a first lieutenant from the Army. And he fought in Monte Cassino in Italy. That was a bad battle. Yeah, that's where the 442nd was, the Japanese division. You heard of the Japanese division that was on Monte, that saved them, helped them a lot on that. Every one of them got a Purple Heart out of the whole division. Yeah, 2 or 3 Congressional Medal of Honor. Yeah,
So
Bob says they were really damn good fighters. Yeah,
and
and
Bob
nice people.
Bob was in the thick of
He was,
battle.
yeah.
And how did he?
And I used to think about that. That's the reason I really went in the Navy. I said, he's over there fighting, crawling through the muck and everything like that. I said, I'm going to join the Navy. And
stay on a boat.
yeah, I might have to swim without a life jacket, but I get shark bait, whatever. Yeah.
Now, did your brother? There's a lot of recognition of PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress syndrome.
No, I don't remember. No, I don't remember any of that with him. Yeah, we used to go fishing and, not so much hunting, but fishing. We used to go to Oregon, going fishing, and yeah.
And your brother
And he was
happy?
pretty clever, making lures and stuff like that, Yeah.
So he was happy.
Yeah.
Happy guy.
Yeah.
Happy and healthy.
He was. Yeah. He was strong as could be. He had hands you didn't want to shake. He'd make the blood come out of your fingernails. Oh God. Yeah. Chuck wouldn't shake hands with him like that. Yeah.
What about Shao and I are connected with an organization that has one principle: kindness.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting thing. Most organizations are doing something else.
I never heard of an organization.
No. Me neither.
If you had every organization kindness, you wouldn't have any of this raping and what do you call it? Jumping on kids because they didn't act right, or what do you call that? That's so prevalent now in school.
Like disciplining the kids.
One kid telling the other one you're
so bullying.
He's a bullying.
Yeah.
If you had kindness, you wouldn't have that stuff. Yeah, you wouldn't have, especially when you're a parent, and it even went into the priesthood, Yeah. It's terrible. A lot of people dropped out of the church for that,
Because of the way that well, my father was beaten by the Jesuit priests.
Oh yeah, because the Jesuits are they were noted for that, Yeah.
Is that finding God through bruises?
I don't know. I don't know, because I know they used to go down and they take you down to the gym and beat the hell out of you with fight me or I'll beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And these guys with higher education, you know what I mean? Higher education. For what kind of education did they get?
Not kindness.
Not kindness.
Yeah.
No. No. Yeah. You better write a book on kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Might turn this. You never know what's going to turn this world around. It's not good the way it is now. Kids shooting each other. You know. We had a deal the other night down the block from us here. The cops were all over the place, but it didn't involve guns. It involved liquor. But all high school kids. Yeah. You know.
So you think we need a little more kindness in the world?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Got to respect one another. Respect one another's rights. You know, whether you're Jewish or whether you're, whatever, Chinese, Japanese, German or whatever. You have to respect their ancestry. They were probably here before you were. China, very old country. Yeah. Very old country. A lot of nice people. I never ever had. Well, we had the two Chinese, the Fong family in Fairfax, Harry and Tom.
The Fongs, yeah.
Harry and Tom Fong.
Are they still around, Tom?
No, Tom died.
Oh.
Harry died.
Oh.
Harry's wife died.
Oh.
But now, then there's Larry was the dentist, and he's still alive. He just retired about a year and a half ago, 2 years. Yeah, and he had a brother that they didn't talk, and they didn't talk between Harry and Tom's family.
Too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I have a few more questions for you. One of them is, you just talked about kindness and how important that is, and I'm wondering what other qualities do you regard as being really important in your life or in the world that you think we need more of?
Oh, can't think right now.
Or what are some of the problems in the world that you see?
Yeah. Well, one of the main contributors, a lot of it is drinking, and of course drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're ever going to do about that.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, I never even tried it, so you know what I mean. There's a lot of people that have tried it and they're fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them that it's too bad. Read a lot of young people, and the thing is that they're under drugs, and then they go and have children, and then the children come out.
Messed up from the drugs.
Yeah. They don't even think about that.
Right.
They don't think about that.
Yeah. Babies can be born drug addicts.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So.
I want to hear, is there any kindness story that anyone was kind to you in your life that you remember, that you were moved?
Oh, there was a lot of people were kind to me. I mean, I never got in a fight in my life. I did get one fight in St. Anselm's Catholic school of all. Yeah. That was But it was Paul Slattery, myself, Frank Kleineman, and we were Peter Gipp. Well, we were more like the police academy there. And I don't know I don't know what the fight was ever over. I can't even remember.
Was it two people fighting or a whole group?
No, just me and Phil Cullen. His dad used to have a market down in Lansdale. Yeah. He was a nice kid. I don't know what the heck ever happened. Something was said or something like that. Yeah. We both got grabbed by the ear.
By the nuns?
By the nuns, yeah.
So any story that you remember, the kindest story that happened to you?
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
Oh. No, not really. I mean,
Maybe a family member or your brother or on the ship? Maybe someone that took care of you on the ship or your family life?
Or a stranger?
Yeah, no. We were all kind to each other on the ship, Kindness in the family. I mean, you have your squabbles, you know, once in a while, but just don't amount to much, you know. Didn't come home in time for dinner or something like that, you know. But no, I was always treated pretty nice in my life that I can remember. Maybe that's why I would never ever bully anybody, or, you know.
A lot of people that
I was too small to bully anybody. I tell everybody now, I go into the store to get something up in the shelf, and the guy comes, I said, do me a favor, and he says, yeah, I said, I never grew up when I was a kid. Yeah, so.
A lot of bullies were bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you were treated nicely and
Yeah, no, I was never ever bullied.
never bullied.
No, no.
This is a similar kind of a question, but what are you grateful for, like in your day? I don't know. Some people don't think about it too much.
I'm faithful for all the good friends I've had, you know, and like going through the service and coming out okay, you know. Yeah, you're thankful for that, and you know, thankful for my mom and my dad and my brothers and sisters, and yeah, actually, and I'm the last one in the family, so out of 7, you know, so yeah, I miss them, you know, but maybe I'll see them one of these days, yeah. Hopefully we all think of that. Who knows whether it'll happen or not? I don't know, you know. Yeah, you have to have a little bit of faith.
Right.
You know, so, yeah. And my wife, I was blessed with the best lady in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
We've been together for a
Mary, yeah, she was. Being a farm girl out there, living on a ranch, and you know, and she had a really good job. She was smart. She went to Marin General Hospital after she left the phone company. You know, she didn't want to work when the kids were young. And then she went to work at Marin, and she got in personnel there. And she took up, for the blind, she took the typewriter, punches the holes and stuff. And she went through the class. There was only 20 people in it, and there was only 2 finished. And she was one of them. Got her degree, promotion, and everything. Yeah, and it turned out pretty good. Because I had a cousin over in the East Bay, and she got into the blind too, and Mary gave her typewriter.
And that's for typing, creating Braille?
For Braille, yeah. So, yeah. And she worked in a phone company. If she would have stayed at the phone company, she would have went way up, you know. In her office, she did, what do you call it? What the hell is that?
Like dictation or something?
Yeah, but you have to do. They don't.
Shorthand?
Shorthand.
Shorthand.
Yeah. She was the only one in the office that did shorthand. Well, the bosses used to go, "Come, Mary, send Mary in." Yeah, we got. Yeah.
Now, so she worked before she worked at Marin General. She worked at the phone company.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She worked 12 years with the phone company. Yeah. And they all liked her. In fact, they had a going away. She was going to join the Marines, and she went down to the police hall in San Antonio, and they had a big party for a going away party. They gave her luggage and everything like that, and I changed her mind. Yeah.
About going to the Marines.
About going into the Marines. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that would have been after you got back from World War II?
No, I was out.
Oh, you were out.
I was working with the phone company.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I met her down at HP. She was going to join post-war. Yeah, the Marines. So I talked her into getting married. Best choice I ever made.
Better choice.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. So yeah, and I'll let her. Now she says her prayers every night. You know, everybody's on her list. Chuck's on your list. Chuck's yeah. No, it's really nice. Oh, yeah, she is something else. I don't know where the hell I would have been without her. Yeah, I don't know where I would have been.
What prayers? What prayers she did? She did.
What's that?
What are her prayers that she does?
Oh, she says she got special prayers written out. I don't know, and then she got the Our Father and Hail Mary, you know, and
one
act
some she wrote her
of
own
contrition, you know. She, forgives herself for any bad things she done during the day or something.
Nice.
Well, she never done, no. She couldn't do a bad thing in her life, no. And she was always so good to me for going hunting. I could go hunting anytime. Yeah, I got committed. I said, Chuck's going up this weekend. Okay, what do you want? What do you want packed? She get all my stuff packed for me, and no. I remember when your dad, when he lived up at the end of Cascades, when he was married with Mary.
432.
Yeah. And we were going, Lou and I were going somewhere. We called and he says, oh, I'll go with you. So Mary didn't know he was leaving. He snuck out. Oh man, she got mad as hell. And I can't remember where we went. We went somewhere fishing, I think. I can't remember. Anyhow, Mary said she got a call from Mary.
You're Mary.
She got it from Chuck's Mary to my Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it says Chuck, yeah. Well, they were here, but they just left. That was it. I can't. Some of the stuff that went on was just, yeah. But I could go anytime. I walk in the door. I said, I'm going fishing. Okay. You need anything? No. And then, you got money? Yeah, I got money. Yeah. She's also
very supportive.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. Yeah. And the kids. Yeah. She used to work with the kids. Did you go to St. Rita's?
I was the only one that didn't go.
Oh, okay. Because she used to work the yard up there too, you know. Father Heaney and
Sister Henrietta.
Sister Henry. Oh, you remember Sister? I heard from. I never. I don't know whether I might have met her, but Tom, Sister.
She broke a yardstick.
She should never been as.
She broke a yardstick over Chucky's back.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. And then that's when my mom decided I wasn't going to go.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was notorious. She didn't like boys, I guess. You know? Yeah. And that's why Mary said she would never send kids up to St. Rita's when she was up there. So, yeah.
And so I wanted to ask you, when we talked on the phone, my dad is gone and Lou Vaccaro is gone and like you're 92 and like what is that like, losing all your friends like that? I mean, it's inevitable, right?
Oh, yes. I tell it. It's really, yeah. You know, your friends aren't here anymore. I still have some friends now, you know, but they're not true friends, you know.
Not like the old friends.
Oh, no. You know, not like the old friends. I mean, they probably will be that way, but I'm at 90 years old. I don't have another 90 years to go to see what kind of friends are going to be, you know. But no, it was it's all the duck hunting, all the pheasant hunting, you know.
Long history,
yeah, and fishing the streams. She can't walk anymore now. Yeah. I got a lot of places to go, but I can't go. And of course, then I got Chuck into fly fishing, and he really loved that. And then of course Ardell, she took it up. Yeah, he used to say, "Hey Ardell, get your ass in the tube." He'd say, "Oh, I'm on television." You can blank.
Get your feet.
In the tube, yeah, like that. Yeah, we had a good time.
Well, the video that Cook shot of you guys is a treasure.
Cook.
The video that Cooks
Yeah,
Valley Show
yeah,
is a tragedy.
yeah.
Because
out
how
there
many people have a
doing the
documentary,
trailer.
a documentary film team on their
Yeah.
fishing trip?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God, yeah. So I don't know.
So I have another question for you. If you had to say something to your great-great-grandchildren, what would you say if you had one line to say to them about how you live your life or how they should live their life?
Yeah. Respect one another.
Yeah.
You know, as you want to be respected. You know, if you expect to be respected and not yelled at or picked on or anything, that I said, then that's what'll happen to you. You know, you gotta, you set a goal for yourself. You know, be good to other people. Yeah, yeah. Don't rush to judgment. You know, you can't judge people by one incident or another. You know, so if you don't know the person, you don't really know them. You know, you can't. You suggest to them what to do if they got a problem, and say how to handle it. You know, hopefully it'll go from them to their children, and maybe things will change around for us. You know, so I read that paper. I don't even like to read the paper in the morning anymore. I'm a Warriors fan. So I get the Warriors on. Mary's over there. She says, "Oh God, there were 5 kids killed in school." I said, "I don't want to hear about
Just
it, Mary."
sports.
Yeah. I says, "I don't know how we're going to stop it. You know, how we're going to stop." Now in China, do they have this problem in China? With people shooting one another? No. No.
I walk through the streets of China 24 hours a day, and I feel the safest I've felt anywhere in my life in the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, there's lots of police. If you're in trouble with the police, you're not safe.
Oh yeah.
But if
I know.
you're-
Yeah.
If you're like you,
If you break the law,
yeah,
you'll find out about it. Yeah.
you know. But if you're just a regular person, it just feels completely safe. Never even was pushed. Never even had somebody frown at me.
No.
Not even once.
No. Yeah.
In 4 months of travel.
Yeah.
Feel kindness?
Yeah, kindness or neutral.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Kindness or neutral. But
Yeah.
there's a certain level of
Yeah.
respect that seems to just
Yeah.
exist in the air.
If you wanted to know something, you could walk up and ask them. They'll tell you. You know.
With
Yeah.
great earnest.
Or otherwise, the guy say, "Hey, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. I got more other things to do," or whatever. You know. It's
So respecting one another.
you got to respect one another. Yeah. Yeah. Because you don't know. You know. Like I don't know Chow that well. So I respect her just for what she is, a human, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So, nice meeting her. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Now we were up at Livingston's, and Chuck liked to go up there to Ned's, and they really liked him, you know. He says, you know, he used to say, "I love those people up there."
Where is Livingston's?
In Oregon.
Uh-huh.
We used to go up there deer hunting.
Uh-huh.
And we did some trout fishing up there. They went up there one day, they went up to a lookout, and they put guys down the bottom, and they were going to drive down down there. I said, "Let me out." I said, "I'm going fishing. I'm going to fish the Joaquin River," which was so I got out of there. I got my fly outfit. I went down. I caught, I guess I had about 10 nice trout, about like that. And I was down in a little creek down there when they come down, and I had them laying in the ferns in the nice cool, had them all cleaned, laying there. When they come down, they never got a deer.
But they had fish for dinner.
Yeah, but yeah.
So what were you going to say about the Livingstons?
Oh, they thought about so much of Chuck, you know. Like, yeah, he was up there. We were fixing the barn. We fixed 2 barns for him, helped him rebuild, put the walls up, put the ceiling up, a roof, everything. Yeah, they got 2 barns. Then they had another one down. They had to put a shear wheel up and put a big one for equipment. We put that up. In fact, the last time we were up there, I guess that was when they put the big barn up, and Chuck was out there, and they had from Oregon, they had to bring in these big trusses for the new building. We built the walls and everything, had it all sealed in and everything, and the guy come out with the boom, and Chuck had the he had the boom. He had a line to spin it around and line it like that. He fell right in the pond in the lake. It's like that. I was stopping wet, and Ned was laughing like the devil. He's something. Chuck. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope they got fishing where he's at. And hunting. Yeah. He enjoyed.
They have catch and release where he went.
Yeah.
Catch and release.
Yeah. I don't know. Jesus threw the net out and he got a whole bunch of fish, and he didn't catch him with a rod and reel either.
Or with a glove.
Oh, with a glove in his hand. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your typical day like? So every morning when you
my typical day now? Not a very good day. Today's I'm out this morning picking weeds. That's okay. I enjoy doing that.
How do you do it? You squat?
No, I got a kneeler.
You can kneel, okay.
I got a plastic. It's about that wide, about like that, and it's got a pad on the bottom of it.
Like a bench?
It's all made of plastic. It's about that thick, and it's got two handles on the side, and one side of it's about that high, and the other side is just as high as the pad.
Yeah.
And I kneel on that side. It's nice, beautiful for your legs if you do yard work. And they sell them down in Home Depot.
What's it called? A kneeler?
Kneeler, yeah. And I use that a lot. And then I can get down and lift it up, and then put it like that and walk into it. Yeah, that's what I was doing this morning when you called. No, I get up in the morning. I have my eggs. I've had eggs all my life. Chuck used to. In fact, when I was up at Grego, we used to have them in the morning. Yeah,
Did he like eggs?
Yeah, soft-boiled eggs with butter on them.
Yeah.
He would. Yeah, I don't know whether Ardell ever fixed them or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I used to fix them I'd get up Saturday morning in Oregon, and Aragoni would be there, Lou would be there. Anybody for salt eggs? I'll have some. I'll shoot a whole dozen eggs, soft-boiled. I fix them for them. But I worked 36 years for the phone company. I had 2 deviled egg sandwiches every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow.
With a thermos of milk, and sometimes chips or those burritos, not burritos, little tortillas, little corn chips. And then I had deviled eggs fixed in the refrigerator, which I have now. And then I have 2 eggs every morning for breakfast.
How many eggs? You ate 4 eggs a day? You ate 4 eggs every day?
I would when I was working.
Oh, yeah.
Now I eat 2 a day, but I eat 14 a week.
14 eggs.
14 a week. And I tried a couple of times to go the other way to have a waffle. By lunchtime, I was hungry as a devil. Now I could go till 2 o'clock to eat lunch and be fine with the eggs. And years ago, they used to say, "Don't eat eggs." Right. It was bad. Now you can eat all the eggs you want.
Yeah. So what else do you do besides have breakfast and sometimes get weeds?
I get up and then I go out and do some yard work and stuff. Clean the car up or something, and then when Mary and I had take a trip up to her sister's place in the Casio, or we'd go out the coast, take a ride out there or something. Yeah. And I know all the ranchers out there, So Yeah.
You sometimes pay visits to the ranchers up there?
Yeah, they're almost all gone now.
Right.
All the Mendozas are gone. And what's his name? Has the oyster ranch. What was Joe? He was another Joe. And the Kehoes, and yeah, they were good friends with the Gurengellys. The Kehoes. They used to come into the restaurant all the time for Skip Kehoe. Yeah. So, yeah, they're all nice people. You know, when I worked out there for about 12 years. I worked for that. I had to go out there for that sit-in-on outfit. I don't know. You don't remember that?
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I just watched a little mini documentary on that.
I was Joe, the telephone man.
They accepted you.
They had another one down in Badger, California, which was down south. They had a phone man down there. We used to converse once in a while. And I had 3 systems up here. They had the Marconi Ranch, and the Walker Creek Ranch, and the Majetti Ranch. Yeah.
So you did all aspects of the phone.
Out there, yeah, RCA and AT&T and all that stuff. Yeah. So anyhow.
What do you enjoy the most these days?
Now, right? You mean now?
Yeah.
Beside eggs.
Beside eggs. Oh. Well, I enjoy the Warriors. But, you know, I don't know. Talking to some people that I still know, you know, I enjoy that. Yeah. There's one kid up in Oregon, he calls all the time. In fact, I got to call him. And he worked with my brother, Bob. Yeah. He said, I think of him every night, Joe. He was the nicest guy I ever met. Yeah, he was a nice guy. Yeah. So, he never had a bad word to say about anybody either. No, unless they pushed him or something. Then they better hightail it, you know. If he ever got his hands on him, they'd be finished. He was strong as I had a guy come from San Francisco. He was a pretty big guy, and he came over, and he was my boss for a couple of days in Mill Valley, and he was going up to Mark Drive in Santa Fe, and I said, when you go up, I got a brother up there, Bob, shake hands with him. When he came back, he said, he is something else. That guy, that's terrible to be like that. He says, where does he get the strength from? He's not as big as me. He don't have the arms that I have. But he sure got the grip.
Squeezed him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where he ever got it from. But he could squeeze. I remember when I was a kid, if I did something, was out of line or something, he caught me smoking one day down the creek. And he got a hold of me. And the blood come out of my damn fingernails.
You squeezed so hard.
Just, yeah. So one of my fingers are still working. No.
I'm glad I never had the pleasure of shaking his hand.
Huh?
I'm happy I never got.
No, he would never do that.
He wouldn't do it to a little person. This
No.
other guy.
You started giving him pressure.
Then he met you.
Yeah. The only way you shook hands with him, you had to go right up tight.
I tell you,
Yeah. Then he couldn't do it.
So one of the questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you expect to live 100 years old?
No.
Or
I'm all through.
What does that mean? Do you think about?
You know, when you get my age, the things you want to do, you can't do. No, you can't do it. You know, you can't do it. You get to a point in life where you hear about the guy sitting in a chair, or sitting in a wheelchair. you know, or legs cut off. You get diabetes, or luckily with me, I'm, you know, other than the cartilage and stuff in my knees, but I lost all the weight. Look at this. I look like Auschwitz.
You look pretty good to me.
No.
So you can't do what you want to do, and what does life?
I like to go fishing. I like to go hunting.
So what does life mean to you now?
Right now, I get to a point where I don't want to survive my wife. You might get that way, I don't know. If you got a nice relationship, I don't want to leave her, and yet I don't want her to leave me. Oh God, I don't want that. I don't want her to go first. No, and she's starting to lose a little bit of remembrance. Of course, she'll be 89, and they're going to a barbecue this weekend. I'm not going to go because I have to walk too far. You know, for the gang. I used to go to it. We went to it every year and stuff. And a family reunion. I didn't go last year. Was that the only one? We had a family reunion for years in Los Gatos, from the old family. And on my mother's side, there was 12 or 13 in the family. It was a big family, and they were from Alsace-Lorraine in France. That's where the family generated from, you know, French and these got Irish, Portuguese, everything. So
when you walk, it hurts.
Oh yeah.
What number of pain is it?
It can get about sometimes 10 for a second. It'll get out of almost go down, you know. So yeah. This one here, the ankle. This one here, I got a screw in it. That was at Lou Vaccaro's, and one of those electric skateboards on Palm Sunday. No, that was about 13, 14 years ago.
And you were on an
maybe.
electric skateboard.
And it went airborne. I did a 360. The gas cut off, and I cranked full bore on it, and it caught, and I went up and over, and this broke this ankle. Went out to Kaiser, they put a screw in it, so it's still in there. And now if I go to the bathroom, I'll be standing there, clunk, boy, I can hear it on the floor. It reverberates. It's clicking down in there. It don't hurt me. Just when and this knee here clicks, it don't hurt me. This one here, it's a lot of pain. I'm sitting here right now, I'm perfect. In bed, I'm perfect.
But putting pressure on it.
Putting pressure on it. And if I'm standing there for, like at the sink, washing or something, it seems like it gets in a spot like this, and then I have to move, and then I got to pull that thing out. Oh, man. So.
You don't want to get it replaced.
I don't think so.
I see people.
I got no money. You know, you got to do therapy.
Yeah.
After that, you can't kneel down anymore.
At all?
No.
No more kneeling.
You're finito.
Ah.
Yeah. So I can't kneel down and weed. That's an excuse to get out of it. But it is. It bothers me and stuff. I run to hobble to the chair like Chester, and I'm there. I'm fine. But I don't like people waiting on me, and they do. You know, Mary is. You need water, or you need this, or you know, I'll get it. No, you stay there. I don't want you coming up the stairs, or you know, only 2 stairs. That's all. So, yeah. But that's about it. Who knows what's ahead? The better times are behind me, but I still know a lot of people and see a lot of people, hear from them, but it's always Adolf Ardito. He's still here. Eugene is there. We converse a lot. He's having trouble with his legs, and it's not going to stop. I said, it's getting old. That's it. I said, pretty good machinery, though. I tell him.
Yeah.
It is.
Machines last forever.
We got one battery. Right? You got one battery. You got one water pump. You got one exhaust pipe. One radiator.
One intake.
So.
You got a big cooling system.
Coolest, yeah. And it lasts for 92 years.
Yeah.
You can't find a car that will do that. If you had one like that, it'd be pretty good. So take care of yourself. Yeah. There's a lot of things I probably ate that I shouldn't have. Maybe too many eggs. I don't know. But I lived till 92 with them. And I still maintain they're the only thing that got me through. Because a lot of times I don't feel like eating. The eggs, I'll have an egg sandwich for lunch.
And that always feels good.
And at nighttime, I might go in and grab a cookie and a glass of milk or something like that. Other than, I'm not a pie, I'm not too much on cake. Sweets,
Sugar.
Yeah. Chocolates, I don't care about chocolates. So, that's about it.
You have any other questions?
I want to know what does life and death mean to Jim
In his faith?
in this phase of
In
his life.
his face.
And other than that, I don't know.
I talked to Ardell. I have talked to her. Yeah, she's doing okay, I guess. Yeah.
Really well.
I guess they figured. I talked to Reg, and she seems to think she'll probably sell that this year, maybe.
Bodega.
The bodega.
Yeah. She's in Colorado now.
I know.
Yeah, I mean she's in Colorado. She's really in Colorado, and there's no reason to have a place out there. And
No, and I don't know how she handles it. She got somebody to take care of it.
yeah, she must. Is it rented? I don't know.
Rented.
Yeah.
It's
She probably has something.
it's rented. The other two are gone,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Now you.
She's with her grandchildren and with her children, and
That's the way
she's
she
in
wants
a
it.
beautiful place, and she's doing yoga,
Is she?
and she went on her first meditation retreat with her daughter,
Oh, really?
and she's happy. Her
Yeah.
heart is happy.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems like she's doing really
Yeah.
well.
Because I introduced them. You didn't know that. He thanked me a lot.
I bet.
Chuck did. Yeah, that was on a landing barge picnic in Hog Island. Do you remember the veranda? The problem? Tony Veranda.
Yeah.
He was
San
the one.
Antonio Road.
He's the one that. Huh?
San Antonio Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that was against your dad a lot, because Chuck. After I introduced them in the trip, Chuck was seeing Ardell, and he found out about it, and he called Pete and he says, "Tell that Perry to not be dating." He had two girlfriends. He had Ardell and another one too. Tony did. Oh, he had Chuck Holder Chow Mein
Yeah, Charmaine.
with Charmaine,
Yeah.
right?
I was out there at that deer club, so.
Oh, you remember her?
Yeah.
She was a pistol.
Yeah.
I was out there one day and she got, "Tony!" Veranda. She was, "My house is flooding." So I was there with, and Tony says, Joe, you want to come up with me? And I said, yeah, I'll go up. So I got up there, and they had the hot water heater had burst. So I disconnected the hose of the yard, and I put it on the thing there, turned the thing on, drained the water. Who disconnected the hose? I said, I did. Who the hell do you think you are, disconnecting the hose? I said, I was draining the water out. She starts with all these expletives. Tony blew up. You no good, this, you no good.
Was that her property?
Yeah.
That was her property?
Yeah, it was the house on the top, yeah. And he told her off, he said, come on, Joe, I'm sorry. In the car out of there. I never talked to her since. Yeah. So.
Well.
And the other girl was. She was running the firing range for the police department. Senator Fell. That was Lynn. Do you remember Lynn? She lived in that place that had the emus and.
Oh yeah.
In there, she lived in there, and she was with Tony, and Charmaine. She was an old one of Tony's. He used to get all the money from her. He had a plane that lit up there on the Majetti Ranch, which they owned, and he used to fly out of that. And he was out whoring around. And she got wind of it and stuff, so that was going. I don't know the full story of it, but he was involved with quite a few like that. And
but he didn't like the fact that my dad was with Ardell.
Huh?
He didn't want my dad to be with Ardell.
No, he didn't. No.
But
yeah. But I told him, I says, what the hell with him? It had nothing to do with her life. She runs her own life the way she wants to run it. Yeah. Anyhow, it held on, and it was great for him. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
He called me one day and he said, Andy, this is your dad. Hey, he said, you can borrow the trailer. I had called him. And he goes, and another thing, I asked Ardell to marry me. I was just like, what?
That was secondary, huh?
Yeah, it's the second.
Yeah.
Business first.
Yeah. I got a couple of days later. He called me.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me on the phone.
Oh, he didn't?
Says, I want to see you. I said, okay, I'll be down a little bit. So I went in there. I tapped on the window with I used to tap on the window with a quarter.
The bar.
On the bar. And Britt was right there at the window. Yeah. I guess Ardell took the other dog with her.
Yeah.
Still alive.
Yeah, well, that dog was young.
Yeah, young.
Puppy.
Yeah.
My dad got sick, yeah. Sticks.
Huh?
Sticks.
He's 6?
No, Sticks is his name. Like Sticks.
Oh,
Throwing
Sticks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Or her name.
I thought he might be Brit 2.
You thought he might be what?
Brit 2.
Brit 2. Brit 2.0.
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyhow, yeah. She was nice up there. She was Pete's wife. Well, no, she wasn't Pete's wife. She was with Alman, A-M-A-N or something. He worked for the what is it, when they bring all the fat and all that stuff to them? Yeah, in Petaluma, not Petaluma Poultry, Petaluma.
The animal fat?
Animal fats and bones, dead horses and everything. They go into this place. You don't know what they are? You don't know the name?
The glue factory?
Yeah, I think, do you remember the Greppies? That used to be down, that was down here on, when you come in from Bolinas and call her, right behind Deer Park Villa, Wood Lane.
Wood Lane.
He lived on Wood Lane. Johnny.
They were in the fat business?
Yeah, yeah, they were in that rendering plant.
Oh, rendering. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she was living with him for a while after she left. Pete.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyhow,
All right.
and all the ranchers, they all knew her.
Right.
The family, and then the other one's married to Tommy Hall. She was the one that was in the cancer. She was head of the Cancer Society. She was out there the day I saw Chuck for the last
Mary
time.
Lou.
Yeah, she and Ardell were standing there by him, and he was starting to get that death rattle from in his throat. He was filling with fluids.
Wait, when was this? When they met?
When he was dying. When Chuck was dying, he was at home in that bed in the outside room. And I walked in and I said, "Hey, Puck, this is Joe Bruce." And he said, "Mo, and she was there, and she said he recognized him." Yeah.
Who do you recognize? You.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the last time I saw him. He passed away the next morning. Too bad. He went through a lot with it, yeah. Shingles, you know. Yeah. I used to go down and see him, you know. I said, "I'm not going to shake your hand." He says, "No." They all hurt so bad you couldn't touch them, you know. So, yeah. Anyhow. Yeah.
Hard to see.
A lot of water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some good times, so that's all you can live with, you know. You live with the good times, yeah. Hopefully you know the bad times, and, you know. Yeah. So I got the kids, and he had some good kids. So leave our mark a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
You know.
Now you have grandchildren?
Got one in Oregon, nicest kid in the world.
And
Graduated from Oregon.
whose kid?
Karen's the young, yeah.
So Becky does that.
Tom Norton. Yeah. Nicest kid. He graduated.
Yeah.
Straight A student.
Yeah.
Drake, straight A student.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of friends.
How old is your grandchild?
Grandson.
Grandson.
He was just 25.
25. Wow.
Just 25 last week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got him on Facebook.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook.
Karen got him on Facebook, and yeah. So, yeah. July. I'll be next month, June 11th.
June 11th. Your birthday's
June
coming
11th, yeah.
Yeah.
June 11th, yeah. Yeah.
The Fairfax Festival.
What?
Are you in touch with Pete Aragoni?
I am a little bit, yeah.
Is he?
He's not good.
Yeah.
No.
Will he be at the festival or no?
I don't know whether he will be. He might make it.
Last year he made it?
Yeah. I think his breathing is okay.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
hope he
but
can-
he's sitting down a lot. He's not up
Yeah.
much. And let's see, we just saw him at the Hysterical Society. He was there with Pat. Yeah, Pat.
At the Historical Society.
Yeah. See, my Mary was their maid of honor at Fairfax. Yeah, they got.
Is this the Fairfax Historical Society you're talking about?
Yeah, down at Joe's. They had it at Joe's.
Centerville Joe's.
Yeah. Yeah. They had Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newton?
Huh?
Russ Knudsen.
Newson, yeah.
He did a video of my dad just like this.
Oh, did he?
And I never did a video like that, and it's a great video. It's online too. You guys are online, right?
No,
You guys are not online.
no, we're
You're
not.
not on Facebook.
Not on Facebook.
Well, anyway, the video of my dad is online. If you have Tommy or Becky bring the computer,
Oh.
you can watch it.
Okay.
It's just Russ asking him all kinds of questions, and you're probably in some of the stories.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's about
Yeah.
10 years ago. Or 15
Yeah.
years ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, the way your dad went out wasn't good for him, you know.
Yeah, it was a long,
Huh?
slow
Long.
ride.
He had, before that, he had the diarrhea.
Yeah.
I won't say it on television.
Yeah.
You gotta bleep some of this out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The beeperia.
yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah,
having
yeah.
trouble with that, boy.
Although he got that under control.
He got that under control finally, yeah.
Yeah, it took a while.
Finally, yeah. Yeah. And then the shingles got him. Well, you know, I had the shingles.
I had the shingles
Did you? When?
in my 20s. I
Huh?
had it here.
Did
Very,
you?
very painful.
Oh, I had them in the back, and I can still feel a nice towel off. Itches there.
It took 10
Destroy-
years before that went away.
Destroys the nerve endings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't feel it anymore, but for maybe 10 years, if I got nervous, I could feel it.
yeah. But you know, now I feel some things in my head up in here.
Uh-huh.
And I'll hit them and I go, oh boy, they hurt. And then the next day or something, I'll go up to like that, and then I don't feel anything, you know? So, who knows, maybe they were staying with you forever,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, take care of yourself.
I intend to.
Yeah,
And I am.
yeah.
Well, Joe, thank you so much
Uh,
for
yeah.
coming here. And
Well, all this BS, yeah.
I just love and appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
And just I've
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
I found there's a video clip I'm gonna have to send to you of I think Reggie's wedding,
Oh,
and you're
oh.
walking like this. You're like you're doing this very, very funny walk, and you're just being totally silly. On
Well, you know,
camera.
I've always been that, but Bobby Aragoni used to tell me, Joe, straighten up, will you? You know,
You have this very funny little walk that you
yeah,
do.
like a duck.
Yeah, it's like a duck. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, I talk to Chuck and Reg once in a while.
Yeah.
Up there, yeah. So they went and seen Ardell, I guess, before. Oh, they went back and seen her.
She's coming. Forrest is graduating. My son is graduating from UC Santa Cruz, so Ardell is coming up next month.
Oh, to see her.
And Gene Bleasdale and Ardell and Reggie's Chuck and Mike and Frankie and maybe Chuck and Dory will all come down. to
Oh,
Santa
good
Cruz.
for
So
you.
We're gonna have a little gathering.
Good.
together.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
I'm gonna say hello to you on camera.
Yeah.
Give you a hug and thank you so much, Joe.
Nice seeing you,
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You the same.
And Shao.
And Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. All right.
All right, Joe.
I'll be around for a while.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Expect to see you. And when do you go down to Barefoot?